Well, hello there. As you can see, it's your Tournament Tuesdays champion of the world sitting right here in front of you. And, it feels great to be champion. Of course, the last episode of Tournament Tuesdays for a while came out back in June. And I won, as I always do. But today, we're not here to deal with the Tournament Tuesdays title. That's not the case at all. So I'll just put this away for now. Today, we've got something different, okay? What we're doing is pretty simple, actually. It's wrestling predictions. Now, I originally wanted to start this around WrestleMania time. Tyson and I both made predictions. We both watched the show together pretty much, almost the whole show. And we actually ended up, said that twice, whatever. But we actually ended up tying somehow. I took an early lead. I started to fall off the map a bit. And then he came back and tied it. I think we're both like 8-8. But we never ended up doing the predictions just because I had my predictions on video. He didn't. And if he recorded it after the fact, it just would have been... That was weird. It would have been really weird. So, I'm going to start something here. Now, I'm going to be predicting AEW's Fight for the Fallen. And then I'll also, probably tomorrow, put out WWE Extreme Rules 2019 predictions. That's what I'm going to do. Now, first, of course, I've got AEW Fight for the Fallen's matches pulled up right here. This is courtesy of BleacherReport.com. Of course, BR Live, Bleacher Report Live, is where they stream all of their stuff. So, yeah, we'll check that out. And if we're going through, I don't know too much about AEW. I do know some of the people there, but all I really know is I watched Fyter Fest. I know some of the stuff that happened on Double or Nothing back in May. Not a whole lot, though. But I know I'm actually very intrigued by AEW, so we'll see how it goes. So they have a pre-show match, or pre-show matches, and it's listed here first. Sonny Kiss versus Peter Avalon. Now, I don't know anything about either one of them. But I have no clue, honestly. I know, like, Peter Avalon with Fyter Fest, he was involved with the whole, like, librarian gimmick. I don't know. Again, I have no clue, so this is just like me taking a shot in the dark. I know nothing about Sonny Kiss either. So again, it's like, I don't know. But I will say a lot of people seem to not really enjoy the librarian gimmick that much from what I've been able to tell. So I'll go Sonny Kiss. I don't know really either person, but that's my prediction. Just because, again, I've been able to tell that people really have not been liking the librarian gimmick. So yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with Sonny Kiss for that. Then we have a match that I can probably predict a little bit more, another pre-show match. Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela against Shawn Spears, formerly Ty Dillinger, Sammy G, and MJF. Now, I don't know Sammy G. I don't. But I do know, of course, and of course Bleacher Report has some descriptions of the matches, stuff like that as well, so I can base some of my stuff off that. But I know, of course, Jimmy Havoc is known for death matches. Joey Janela is known in CZW. Darby Allin, he had a match at Fyter Fest with Cody. So I've got a little experience there. Shawn Spears was like, I was a big Ty Dillinger fan, so like, and I saw the chair shot at Fyter Fest, so I was like, yeah, I know Shawn Spears. MJF, from what Bleacher Report on this site have said, apparently MJF is saying that Cody is one of his best friends. So obviously he would be very ticked off, pissed off that Shawn about the chair shot. So if they build off of that, I assume they probably will. And him being on the same team as Shawn Spears, that makes sense. So I guess more than likely MJF and Spears will probably have tension there, and that'll probably cost them a win. I mean, at least that would make sense in terms of, like, logically speaking, like wrestling logic, I mean. So yeah, I guess I'll go Havoc, Joey Janela, and Darby Allin. Especially since, looking at it, Jimmy Havoc and Darby Allin both lost at Fyter Fest. So that makes sense. So yeah, I'll go Havoc, Janela, and Allin for that match. Brandi Rhodes and Allie. Now, of course, I know Brandi Rhodes. Her and Cody both work for WWE. I've never seen her compete, though. I do know Allie. I know she technically died in kayfabe on Impact, so there's that. Don't know how she's competing if we're keeping with kayfabe, because I don't know. Maybe AEW's the Shadow Realm. I don't know. But again, I have no clue. But I know Allie. She had a match. I think she won because wasn't that the whole librarian thing? I can't remember what she did at Fyter Fest, but I know she had a match, and I think she won. But just because I don't know anything about like how Brandi wrestles, I'm gonna go Allie. That's what I'll say. I'll go Allie. Then we have the Dark Order versus Angelico and Jack Evans versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I know Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are over as hell. They are super over. I was watching an interview with the Young Bucks, and apparently, like, straight up now, they're just a team because of how over they got. And I don't know too much about the Dark Order or Angelico and Jack Evans, but again, like, I know Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are super over, and it would make perfect sense since they are as over as they are, and that they are they're an official tag team now. That would make perfect sense to push them into the tag team tournament. So yeah, or it's for an opportunity to first round bye. This says in the tag team tournament. So I mean that would make perfect sense. Unless all the teams are still in the tournament, then if you want to like push them as like an underdog team, you could do that as well. Again, I'm not too caught up or familiar with it, so I'm not. So a lot of these predictions are just shots in the dark. But I don't know. Let's see what their description says for this one. Let's see. It's quite clear that AEW intends to take its tag team division seriously. The upcoming tag team title tournament should be stellar, and it's cool that matches are being held ahead of time to determine which tandems will receive a bye in the first round. Best Friends won the last triple threat match on the Fyter Fest pre-show, though the outcome to this one isn't nearly as predictable. For starters, the Dark Order has been one of the most imposing forces in AEW since its dominant debut at Double or Nothing. Angelico and Jack Evans found themselves on the receiving end of their wrath in Las Vegas and have to be looking to avenge that attack in this matchup. Last but not least, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus will be joining forces in the ring for the first time at Fight for the Fallen, so it'll be exciting to see how they fare as a team. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are the safest choice for victory. The Dark Order and Evans and Angelico are both excellent teams, but that dynamic duo is a hot act, and the crowd will be pleasantly surprised to see them earn that first round bye. Okay. So, Bleacher Report, whoever wrote this article, it says it at the top here. I'll go back up real quick. Graham Matthews. So, thank you for writing this up. That helps me out. And I'll shout you out here. But, going back to it. So, yeah, he agrees. Now, what I will say, I definitely believe with how over they are, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus is the safe win. But seeing as how, like, if it's an opportunity at a first round bye, that should mean that all three teams would still be in the tag tournament. And if you wanted to, like, you could do, like, a whole, like, kind of underdog team build up in the tournament with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. And that would make the most sense to me in terms of, like, wrestling logic. Like, they're super over, build them up as this tag team, or build them up as this sort of underdog team. Maybe have well, no, because that's kind of played out at this point, though, I guess. Having, like, if you have a team of a big man and a small man, having the small guy get beaten up through quite a bit of the match, and then the big guy comes in, clears house, and wins. That's been done to death That's been done to death so much. And with AEW straight up saying that they don't want to be competition for WWE, they just want to be an alternative, something else for people to watch. Even if you've fallen out of wrestling, they want to, like, bring you back, and they've done that before. So you know what? Yeah, I'll go. Even if it's a safe pick, I'll go Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, just because again they are so over. We've heard it from the Young Bucks themselves. Yeah, I'll go Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Then we have Hangman Adam Page versus Kip Sabian. I don't know if that's how you say his last name or not, but whatever. So Adam Page has been one of... I'll read the description here too, even though I haven't been before. Actually, you know what? I don't need to. Because we know Adam Page is going to be facing Chris Jericho for the AEW World title at All Out. We know that much. And it would make perfect sense to keep building him up to face Jericho. Unless you want to give Kip a win here for the sole purpose of maybe throwing in, throwing in hints that, oh, hey, maybe Adam Page will lose to Jericho, which, again, wrestling logic would say that Jericho should win just because Jericho is this absolutely huge name. Everybody knows him, and if he's your first world champion, that's going to get people talking, get even more eyes on AEW as it is, or than there are already. So, like, I have no doubt that Jericho will win it All Out, but I do fully believe that would be a smart decision. But it's tough to say. More than likely, they'll probably just want to build up Adam Page and Chris Jericho both, and then have like this epic like main event encounter between the two to crown their first world champion. Make both guys look strong in the build up, and then through the match, and then after the match as well. Like, that would make the most sense to me as well. But you know what? God, it's tricky to think about. Because again, like, I have no doubt in my mind that Jericho's going to walk out as the first AEW World Champion. Because that just... I keep hitting things. But that would just make the most sense. At least to me, anyway. That would make the most sense to me. So... And again, if you start to throw in hints here, like if Kip gets a win, you could throw in hints like, oh, hey, maybe Adam Page isn't going to beat Jericho. I mean, you could do that. You can make Kip look better. Like, have him look strong against Adam Page. Adam Page is still going to, like, be a bona fide main eventer in AEW. You know that. So, I mean, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go Kip Sabian for beating Hangman Page. I mean, Hangman Page is probably going to win, and this is probably stupid, but I'm going to go Kip Sabian. Just to, like, cast some doubts in the mind heading into All Out. Then we have Kenny Omega versus SEMA. I have no clue. I have no clue what to say. Like, Kenny, he's coming off of a loss at Double or Nothing and a win in a 6-man tag action against the Lucha Bros at Fyter Fest. So, in SEMA, I do remember, like, he did face Christopher Daniels at Fyter Fest as well. So, and yeah, and SEMA won. Oh, yeah, I remember. Because he kicked out of Angel's Wings. I remember that. Okay. So I was like, I don't know. I have no clue what to even think here. I don't. I mean, I couldn't... It's tricky. Like, I couldn't imagine you want to give Kenny Omega with how... Like... I mean, he's recognized as, like, one of the best wrestlers, if not the best professional wrestler in the world right now. So, like, I couldn't imagine they'd want to give Kenny a... like, back-to-back losses in singles action. I could imagine it because then Double or Nothing and the Fight for the Fallen both lose. Like, yeah, I'm going to go Kenny just because, like, I can't imagine they're going to want to give him back-to-back losses, especially, or back-to-back losses in singles action because it's not back-to-back because the 6-man tag match was in there. I can imagine that they'll do that. I think he'll get a win, especially since they said wins and losses matter in AEW, so... Yeah. Well, I'll go Kenny. Then we have Lucha Brothers versus SoCal Uncensored. And I don't care. Like, I know the Lucha Bros a little bit, but I mean, I really like Frankie Kazarian, so I'm gonna go SoCal Uncensored. just because I like Kazarian. Always been a fan of his, since I got into TNA. So, SoCal Uncensored. Then we have the Young Bucks versus Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes. The Rhodes Bros, as I used to call them when they were a team in WWE. And this is very interesting. I mean, the Young Bucks regarded as one of the best tag teams in the world. Cody and Dustin, they have, of course, great chemistry from when they were teaming with WWE. And, of course, people are absolutely raving about the Double or Nothing match where Dustin bled ridiculous amounts of his own blood. So, yeah. Of course, I know both teams. I've seen both teams compete. This is tricky, though. We'll see what they want. So, they're saying Cody and Dustin pick up the win. I don't know. Of course, in AEW, the first AEW show, Double or Nothing, you have Cody versus Dustin, and Cody won. We know that. And then the Young Bucks, apparently, according to the description, are 2-0. I don't know why I'm losing my words here, but the Young Bucks apparently are 2-0. But the Young Bucks won at Double or Nothing and Fyter Fest. We know that. Cody won over Dustin, and then he beat Darby Allin. Now, from what I've been able to tell, Tony Khan seems to be pretty high on the Young Bucks. I mean, as everyone should be. They're one of the best tag teams in the world. Showing that tag team wrestling, well, it can be a main event. And that's what the Young Bucks want to do with their position in AEW, is show that tag team wrestling can be a main event. And that's really cool. And honestly, I mean, I love, I used to always love, the Rhodes Dynasty or the Rhodes Bros or whatever WWE called them. But I used to, I love them as a team. I absolutely do. Especially, the Battleground match that they had with the Shield where Dusty was there. I mean, that was great. But, I mean, you could pick them and that would be I don't know if that would be safe bet or not. The safe bet's probably the Young Bucks, in all honesty. I mean, push the Bucks to the top of the tag division. I mean, that would get more eyes on the tag division. But you know what? Screw it. For old WWE tag team nostalgia, I'm going to go Cody and Dustin. I'll go Cody and Dustin. And that is the last match, apparently, that they have listed here. So that's what I think is going to happen at Fight for the Fallen, AEW's Fight for the Fallen. And it's very loose predictions because, again, I really don't know a whole lot about AEW or the wrestlers involved, really. But those are my predictions. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, share it on social media. This video is not over because I forgot one thing. So, if I manage to walk out of Fight for the Fallen with a positive record, so there's 8 matches according to Bleacher Report, which is fine. So, if I can walk out with, at the very least, a 5-3, not a 4-4 or lower. If I can walk out 5-3, 6-2, 7-1, or 8-0, so at the very least a 5-3, we'll be using this toy replica Intercontinental title that Tyson gave me years ago. I really need to get a real replica title. But we'll be using this, and this will be a Wrestling Prediction Championship. We'll have to work on coming up with a better name for it. But if I can at least become 5-3, if not better, I will be awarded this title for doing that. I'll win that title. Simple as that. And I will be Wrestling Prediction TGC Champion. We'll come up with a better name, don't worry. But yeah, so I think we should start doing that. Something I've honestly wanted to do for a little bit now. But again, now I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment up below, share it on social media, do all that good stuff. Remember, forever and always, that I am the Tournament Tuesdays champion of the world, and Tyson nor anyone will ever take this title from me. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.